Lined up, and they're off. Bit of a slow go for my dear Antonia. Buck and right, mischief motion on the outside, flash out of there first, and then Richie's Valentine settles into third to the opening furlong as they race to the turn. Diamond Sue. Here's Sleepwalker on the outside of Diamond Sue, the two path, some 6 or 7 lengths off a good pace. It's heating up front. Another two back to High View. Awesome Mackenzie follows High View on the outside, and Luminous Secrets at the rail second to last, and trailing the field is my dear Antonia. About 15 lengths will cover them as they race to the backstretch now. It is Mischief Motion. Mischief Motion, 5 out, opens up a 2-length lead on Buck and right in second. Sleepwalker is third out in the clear. Awesome Mackenzie making progress. The outside 3-path is ahead of the far turn. Diamond Sue between Richie's Valentine inside. Another 2 High View is 7 lengths on the pace up ahead. Luminous Secret, my dear Antonia, is ninth and last still into the far turn run. There's 3.5 furlongs left to go into the far turn. Mischief Motion trying to carry on. Sleepwalker waking up on the outside. Here comes Sleepwalker. Sleepwalker outside now gets to even terms with Mischief Motion as they battle past the quarter pole, top of the stretch. Awesome Mackenzie lurks in third position, and then it's Buck and right weakening up on the inside, and my dear Antonia, who broke last, is coming with a nice promising run up to second on the outside, but Sleepwalker's up top, a 4-length advantage as they're close to home, and the Laurel line, my dear Antonia, has charged hard into second with a willing chase to Sleepwalker. Sleepwalker, popular winner. My dear Antonia, close third, High View or Awesome Mackenzie. $2 exacta, $10, dollar trifecta, $11.30, dollar superfecta, $42. In the gate, and they're off. Good start. We're ready for Magic at the rail. On the outside, Sensamia and Granuel in between horses. Kissed at Dawn is in between them in fourth. Takes back a little bit. Another 3 to Christy, My Love. And Fabia is last of them all on the inside. 7 from the pacemaker. Sensamia leads the way. Clears a length and a half as they head on for the far turn run, approaching the half. Ready for Magic riding the rail. A willing second. And then it's Granuel in third. On the outside is Kissed at Dawn. 3 deep into the turn run. Fabia has 4 to make up and starting to move up a bit. Here's Fabia ridden along and trying to slice through between horses with 3 furlongs left to go, and Christy, My Love, has to pick it up. Midpoint on the turn, Sensamia up top, Sensamia Granuel Kissed at Dawn far outside, then Ready for Magic at the rail, racing right there, the second flight too, and they are followed by Fabio's trying to carry on with that move in between horses at the top of the stretch. Sensamia holding a narrow lead. Sensamia 3 parts of a length, Ready for Magic at the rail. On the outside is Fabio with 1 furlong left to go. Sensamia, Fabia levels off on the outside. Fabia puts the nose in front from Sensamia, and Ready for Magic third on the inside. They're close to home. It's Fabia and Yedsit Hazelwood wearing down Sensamia to win by 2. Ready for Magic, and then it was Granuel. Fabia is owned by Bonicelli Racing and Ham Smith trainer. 3-year-old Dog Bear Brown Filly by Dun Talking out of the Theatricality by Purim. British Lined up. They're off. Scramble along with the lead. There goes Grossil. Grossil along with Rocktoon showing early speed. My Great Humor is coming to join the front pack, and Running Rio on the far outside. They're firing at a good pace, and Running Rio now the speed of the speed. Running Rio from My Great Humor. Grossil settles back in third position. Kodamiya racing fourth after a sharp break. Fani on the inside, next in fifth position as they round the far turn. Rocktoon in the two path, and Regal Miss Lily three wide. In behind them is Lazy Days. After that is Beyond Question, who has a lot to do, about four deep, top of the stretch. Aerial Moon saving ground as they turn in. Seven's Magic on the extreme outside. Any Fool's Gold, and there's a quarter of a mile left to go. Running Rio by My Great Humor on the extreme outside. Beyond Question. Fani now finds room one off the inside between horses. Lazy Days is also right there. Picture changes all of a sudden. Beyond Question kick. Beyond Question in front. Here's Aerial Moon on the outside, flying up there with Kodamiya in the battle for second, and Lazy Days is next. Beyond Question, Aerial Moon, and then Kodamiya. Beyond Question, Jorge Ruiz aboard, a minute 3.55. Owned by the estate of our Larry Johnson, a trade by Michael Trombetta, bred in Virginia by Larry Johnson, 3-year-old Great Filly by Street Magician, not a question of the day by The Factor. Golden Kid a bit restless, settling, and they're off. Golden Kid squeezed back a bit there at the start. Rough start. Golden Kid. There's Impressiveness, giving that early speed to the turn run and cruise the forest away in solid order. And Paid Vacation now moves second on the inside. Pencil Me In is settled in fourth on the inside. Let's Go Lando is next in fifth position. They're followed by Golden Kid. Hard Swing racing to the back of the pack in second last spot. And trailing the field is Paint My Masterpiece as they run down the backstretch. And so the leader, Impressiveness, leads a length and change in front from Paid Vacation in second. Not much pressure on the leader, sneaking away up front. Impressiveness slowing it down. Leads the way. Let's Go Lando, first to make a bit of the far outside. Pencil Me In, sensing a slow pace as moved through between horses, and now takes that second spot as they move with 5 furlongs left to go. And so that leader still Impressiveness. Impressiveness up top from Let's Go Lando, Pencil Me In, racing third position. And Paint My Masterpiece has made progress in fourth. Paid Vacation is next in fifth. And back on the outside is Hard Swing. It was a bit green early as 7 from the front, about 3 deep on that turn. And Golden Kid slipping back to last is Cruise the Forest. Midpoint on the final turn. And here's Let's Go Lando. Let's Go Lando goes by at will. From Impressive, and then outside is Paint My Masterpiece, and Hard Swing has moved to fourth position, but a lot of running to do to catch Let's Go Lando. Let's Go Lando, Yeds at Hazelwood at the 3/16 pole, and they have a solid and comfortable lead. A hand ride. Let's Go Lando by Yeds at Hazelwood. They're cruising on home, switching over to the left lead, but well in front, and nobody's going to catch Let's Go Lando. Let's Go Lando levels off to win, widening by almost 7. Paint My Masterpiece, and then it was Hard Swing and Golden Kid. In the winner's circle, Let's Go Lando. Yes, at Hazelwood with 2 wins, owned by Eagle Up Stables, London Breed Thoroughbreds. And they're off. Little Miss Can't Be Wrong and Kawaga firing for the early advantage. Let her pass by away with a clean break and final moment of the red cap racing in fourth and Kitty Up advancing to fifth on the outside. About 4.5 to 5 off the lead out wide of the course. Lucky Esther follows that group. It's another 2 to tie rush. Light Tonight back of the pack also wide to the turn run and only Maria has to pick it up from last position into the far turn. A dozen lengths will cover them. It's Little Miss Can't Be Wrong. Let her pass by. Gets first run at that leader. Extreme Outside Kitty Up firing up with a run. And right there too is Kawaga who continues in the battle. And Lucky Esther on the inside. Lucky Esther headed steady in traffic into the stretch. About a furlong and a half left to go. Let her pass by the lead. Lucky Esther. Lucky Esther surging up on the inside. Lucky Esther with an inside run. Lucky Esther willing. Slipping through on the inside. Lucky Esther and Jorge Ruiz a 16 to go. Let her pass by. Light Tonight moves on to third. Kitty Up battling next with final moment. It is Lucky Esther from Light Tonight. Two-year-old Bay Filly by Army Mule out of Lucky Lady Lawyer by Lawyer Ron. Lucky Esther bred in Kentucky. And they're off. Clean break for Bar 14, a bit reluctant to low, but showing early foot for Between Horses. Tom Hagen's going to be right up and on the pace. Tom Hagen sent up right to contest the early lead. Dracon will settle back, and Between Horses is Go to the Kingdom. Go to the Kingdom right there, a close third in between as they round the turn. Dracon down to the inside, up close, just a couple of lengths from the early lead. American Unity 3 wide around the turn. E.T.'s A Magic Man is next. Then Class Photo Between Horses, the last sip outside of that. Wicked Finn, and behind that trio, they're followed by Bodie's Maker with a couple of horses beaten at this point. Old Flag is second to last, and trailing the field is Be Here. 13 to 14 lengths will cover them. Honest Pace up front. Bar 14, a neck in front from Tom Hagen on the outside. Bar 14 and Tom Hagen. 1-2 with 4 furlongs left to run. Go to the Kingdom in a good spot to pounce from third. Dracon on the inside is in fourth, and American Unity is right there, fifth position. On the outside is the last sip. Class Photo saving ground. Bodie's Maker is trying to unwind now. Bodie's Maker starting to move on, ridden along 3 wide, has 7 to make up around the turn and less than 3 furlongs to run. Bar 14, Tom Hagen continuing 1-2. Bodie's Maker continues an outside march toward the front. And American Unity is right there in Between Horses in the battle too. Into the stretch, it's wide open. Here's Dracon getting a good ground saving trip on the inside. Class Photo is moving up too. Class Photo is coming up and opening on the inside, so Bodie's Maker is trying to catch Bar 14. Bar 14 just hanging on. Bar 14 still there. Bar 14, Jorge Ruiz all the way. It's 7 to 1. And Bodie's Maker, and then it was Be Here closing late. $2 exact, $112. Dollar try $269. $10 superfecta, 1,007 16.50. High five carryover 847.42. Double 70.40. Pick 3 40.40. And they're off. Waldrop Bobble there at the start is last. Morning Thoughts gets the first call, along with Good Luck Chuck there. And on the outside is Leonids, who's right up with pace two as they move down the backstretch now. On the inside is Most Perfect showing speed, along with Good Luck Chuck. So Good Luck Chuck will come to the front. Good Luck Chuck takes the initiative and goes on with it down the backstretch run. States United splitting rival second. And Most Perfect on the inside racing in third, and Morning Thoughts outside in fourth. Best Sugar Daddy Ever, followed by Leonids and Camp David on the inside. Camp David a half dozen lengths from the early pace. Back to Self-Taught racing to the rear of the field with Lord of War saving ground. And Waldrop, after the poor beginning, is last of them all. Into the far turn run, 3.5 left. And Good Luck Chuck in control, no serious challenge at all, as Good Luck Chuck and Giron Barbosa calling the shots up front. A lead by 3 from Leonids in second, and States United is third. Best Sugar Daddy Ever ridden along for a little more, then Self-Taught on the far outside as they reach the top of the stretch, and they make the turn for home. Into the stretch, second wire finish, and Good Luck Chuck is the leader. Good Luck Chuck has been on cruise control throughout. Now ask the question, has the lead by 3 from Leonids toward the center of the track. Best Sugar Daddy Ever third. Then States United battles along with Self-Taught. Now with about a 16th of a mile left to go, Leonids levels off. So does Best Sugar Daddy Ever. Good Luck Chuck is trying to hold that lead to the second wire. Good Luck Chuck, second wire finish. Good Luck Chuck, Best Sugar Daddy Ever photo. Good Luck Chuck and Best Sugar Daddy Ever. And they're off. Tough Workout and Beltane showing early foot. Here's Moon Factor on the chase up close there from third. Uncle Dar moving forward from fourth and 2.5 off the lead. Uncle Dar's on the move early, now into third position. Followed by Uptown Eagles landed in between horses in fourth. Beltane settles in fifth on the inside. J.R. Jonesy is next, and it's a gap of 2. Sass's Class and Belletti racing as a team. They have 9 to make up as they round the far turn. Back to Summer Vibes with 2 horses beaten now. It's Street Rockin' and Deadpan with a lot to do. Deadpan dead last. They've reached the top of the stretch where it's Tough Workout and narrow lead. Challenged in earnest by Uncle Dar there on the outside, trying to push on by. It's a gap of 3. And Uptown Eagle landed, and the inside is Beltane, who keeps on trying. Out center of the track, J.R. Jonesy with 1 furlong left to go. Tough Workout, Uncle Dar, and a real tussle together. They're 5 lengths clear as J.R. Jonesy is next in third. A 16th left to go. Tough Workout, Uncle Dar. Ultra tough, Tough Workout. Tough Workout, Jorge Ruiz. Can he pull it off? Uncle Dar, frontal surge on the outside. Photo up and down. Too close to call. Maybe Tough Workout, and that's maybe. Official race 8. Tough Workout. Jorge Ruiz. Big afternoon 4 wins. Minute 3. And they're off. Who's got sense under thy cookie? Sharp breaks from the gate, but they will settle. As Lunar Buzz moves up on the inside, here comes Lunar Buzz up to take a narrow lead. So it is. Lunar Buzz is just in front. Velocity Girl has moved alongside the second spot. Who's got sense settles in third position outside of his honor thy cookie, followed by Relly's Cruiser. Another 2, nothing less will do. Races off the inside a half dozen lengths from the early pace. Limited Vintage and trailing the field is Diamond Quist in 8th. Heading off at the far turn, about 6 furlongs left to go. Sharp pace, Lunar Buzz on the inside. Velocity Girl there on the outside. The matching strides head to head for the lead. Another length and a half. Honor thy cookie perched in third position. Nothing less will do out of the inside. It's 4 more lengths back. Who's got sense? Limited Vintage. And then it's Diamond Quist. Tailing off last is Relly's Cruiser. And 3.5 furlongs left to go. They're midway on the turn. Lunar Buzz just in front. Velocity Girl's been turning up the heat every step of the way. And Honor Thy Cookies got run from third, looming 3 deep top of the lane, and Nothing Less Will Do as a ground-saving fourth. Then Who's Got Sense, then Limited Vintage just at an even pace. They're into the stretch. Lunar Buzz still there, and Tenacious Lunar Buzz. Honor Thy Cookies set down to the outside. Lunar Buzz 3/16 out from the line, leads at a length and 3/4, shifting it a bit as Honor Thy Cookie, who's trying to sustain the bid. But Lunar Buzz and Martine Chiwan, they're full of run today. A 16th left to go. Lunar Buzz striding out to the second wire. Honor Thy Cookie and Nothing Less Will Do, and then Velocity Girl, Lunar Buzz. Minute 40. Official Lunar Buzz, Martin Chiwan, winning jockey, minute 40.81. Owned by Norman Stables, LLC, trained by Chuck Lawrence, bred in Kentucky. They're off. Mopo got a good start, so too Charmin. Charmin's going for it with early speed. Sharp up front early. Mopo settles back right off the lead. And it's Juniper Juice racing third. Twissette racing fourth. And it's back to Crone and Kobe's Hope in second to last. And All Gas, No Brakes is trailing the field. Into the first turn they roll. And it's Charmin on the inside. Charmin up top leads Mopo by a length and change. Another 5 back. Juniper Juice is third. Another 2. Twissette is racing in fourth. Then it's a gap back to the Grays, Crone, Kobe's Hope, and trailing the field All Gas and No Brakes. They move now with 5 furlongs left to go. Charmin trying to take them all the way from Mopo on the chase. Juniper Juice trying to creep closer from third on the inside. Then Twissette is next in fourth. Kobe's Hope is in 5th position, still has 6 or 7 to come. Crone is on the inside, and All Gas, No Brakes is last of them all. Heading into the far turn, really no change at all. Charmin's got run. Opens up a length and 3/4 as Mopo's asked the question off from second. Mopo's trying to get after Charmin. Mopo on the outside. They quicken up by some 3 lengths on Twissette. Juniper Juice nose and nose for third. All Gas, No Brakes moves up there 3 wide, moves into 5th position. They're followed by Kobe's Hope, and trailing the field is Crone, top of the stretch. Mopo, Charmin's in for the fight. Down to the inside is Juniper Juice with inside run. Juniper Juice up the inside. Charmin drifting a little bit. Charmin's just holding. Charmin in front. Can they get to Charmin? Mopo takes another stab on the inside. Charmin to the center of the course, but Charmin is sharp. Charmin to win. Yes, at Hazelwood, another one. Mopo is second. Juniper Juice. James Casey, bred in Maryland by South Branch Equine LLC. 4-year-old Bay Filly by Musler out of Casablanca Lily by Hurricane Run in a minute 42.94. And they're off. Nola Boss, here comes Night Preacher up in the side, and Night Preacher, Nola Boss going to hook up down the back stretch, run for the opening furlong. Shooter's got to shoot is on the inside of Let's Have a Party. Rapidity chases from fifth, and it's a gap of 6 more lengths to Daddy Yankee, out sprinted by the speed early. And Hawkstone is in the back. Hawkstone lasts a long way. 4 furlongs left to run. Night Preacher, Nola Boss. Night Preacher in front from Nola Boss on the chase. Another 3 or 4 back. Shooter's got to shoot. Then Rapidity, Let's Have a Party in between horses. Let's Have a Party's now back in fifth with 3 furlongs left to go. Nola Boss engaging Night Preacher once again. Nola Boss from Night Preacher toward the top of the stretch. Rapidity's trying to reel them in. Shooter's got to shoot his fourth of the orange cap. Let's Have a Party is next. Daddy Yankee is wide even pace. They're into the stretch. Nola Boss from Night Preacher. Here's Shooter's got to shoot with dead aim in between horses. And Shooter's got to shoot has the momentum. Shooter's got to shoot. Yeds at Hazelwood right on target for his 4th win of the afternoon. Shooter's got to shoot, widening to almost 5 at the line. Rapidity, then Nola Boss and Daddy Yankee. Official. Shooter's got to shoot, owned by Robert Reedy, trained by Claudio Gonzalez. Yes, at Hazelwood 4-win day. Shooter's got to shoot's a 3-year-old bay gelding by Honore P. Out of Bathsheba by Limehouse, bred in Kentucky by Equine Futures LLC.